everyone. So the days are slowly getting longer again, but the nights are still pretty long. So for today, I picked a hymn called Weil Gott in Tiefster Nacht erschienen, because God appeared in the deepest night is the title. The text and melody were written by Dieter Trautwein, who was born in 1928 in Holzhausen, which is about an hour north of Frankfurt, and he died in 2002, also in Frankfurt itself. He was born into a family of pastors, and so before high school graduation, because he was born in 1928, he was conscripted into the Air Force for a year at the end of World War II. And after graduation, after that 1 year, and then after graduation from high school, he started studying theology at the University of Marburg. He became a pastor in Hesse before becoming the inaugural city youth pastor in Frankfurt. And he would later become the Propst, or the dean of the conference in Frankfurt as well. Much of his work was focused around helping to bring church and worship reforms to congregations in the larger church through work at church-wide assemblies, where his area of focus was singing with congregations and also using hymns of the ecumenical partners. And he was apparently very gifted in both teaching new songs and kind of explaining the content to both very small and very large groups of people. In addition to that, he was very involved with the ecumenical work of the Protestant Church in Germany and worked with partner churches in Africa and Asia, Latin America, and North America, of course. He wrote a good 220 hymns, among which are Komm Herr segne uns, which is probably one of the most well-known, relatively recent hymns of the German Protestant and Catholic churches. Interestingly enough, he also worked against apartheid in South Africa and was one of the first people who championed honoring Oskar Schindler, who was the guy that saved 1,200 Jews during the Holocaust. So the hymn for today was written for an ecumenical service with the Greek Orthodox congregation in Frankfurt. It has 5 verses in my hymnal, but I think I'll only sing 3 of them. So all of those have a 2-line chorus and then a very short 2-line verse before it goes back into the chorus. So I will translate all of them, but as I mentioned, I will only sing 3. And the translation goes as follows. Our night can't be sad because God appeared in the darkest night. The one who's always been close to us appears to humans as a human. Our night can't be sad, and so on. Are you tired of your own riddles? The one who knows and sees everything is coming. He sees your life unconcealed and at the same time shows you your new image. Accept Christ's friendliness, carry his peace into the future. If human beings' resistance scares you, nevertheless stay close to them. Because Christ appeared in the darkest night, our night cannot be endless. So the fun fact for today is that businesses owned by Black women, women of color, and Native or First Nations women are slowly growing, but are still lagging behind businesses owned by white people. So in the description of this video, I listed as many businesses as I could find that are owned by Black women, women of color, and Native women. And I invite you to check them out. I listed each individual business rather than just the lists that I found them in to give each business the exposure that they deserve. It's not an exhaustive list, and my listing is probably not an endorsement because I haven't tried any of them, but still, it's fascinating to see just the variety of businesses that is out there, and I invite you to look them up and check out what they have to offer because they have a lot to offer. And with that said, let's go into the hymn. Weil Gott in tiefster Nacht erschienen, kann unsere Nacht nicht traurig sein. Der immer schon uns nah war, stellt sich als Mensch den Menschen dar. Weil Gott in tiefster Nacht erschienen, kann unsere Nacht nicht traurig sein. Bist du der eigenen Rätsel müd, es kommt, der alles kennt und sieht. Weil Gott in tiefster Nacht erschienen, kann unsere Nacht nicht traurig sein. Schreckt dich der Menschen Widerstand, bleib ihnen dennoch zugewandt. Weil Gott in tiefster Nacht erschienen, kann unsere Nacht nicht endlos sein. Thank you and see you tomorrow.